Cancer, and welcome to your relationship reading for December 2017. Cancer, what is going on here? Okay, I don't mean that negative, first of all. It sounded a bit too... It's definitely a sense of you and your partner being a bit divided, okay? You're the Emperor, they're the Four of Swords, okay? You don't... It's not a bit panicking, isn't it? It's a bit cycles. We all go through cycles, particularly Cancer. I think you are the sign of going through patterns and cycles. Your additional guidance card is a Fool, which is absolutely beautiful. And you've got the World here too as your outcome. New beginning, the completion of one stage. So a new beginning can start. I got the Fool twice. The Fool lives in the present moment, okay? That is the only place that we can love, and it's the only place we can live. We fall into problems when we go into the past, that sort of thing, okay? But how you view your relationship is a Fool. So Cancer, I'm actually getting you in quite a good stage emotionally, because spiritually and our feelings are always in the present moment, always, okay? It's when we get lost in our mind that we lose that connection. You're quite connected here. The problem is your partner is a Ten of Wands, okay? So I've got two really strong meanings here. For one, some Cancer, your partner, there might be a lot of unspoken business here, yeah? And your partner is carrying this unfinished and unspoken business. And look at the difference. I mean, I'm just a bit baffled. So you're this Fool card. You've dropped the past. That, you know, the Fool is the zero. He's in that enlightenment. He's dropped the past, lives in the present moment. But you and your partner are not quite in the same page here, are you really? So this could just be too much physical work, that they're exhausted, okay? The holidays, blah. They're just about to end a phase, okay? They're coming through a dark night. So they've got an end in sight where they can drop these wands, Cancer, okay? So it could be physical and emotionally exhausted, or this is the past arguments and hurts that haven't been put down yet. Only you know. You're the expert. It's very, very intriguing now. I don't think I've ever seen two opposing cards like that before. I'll pull you another card, guys, because what I don't like seeing here, because you're trying to be in this present moment, the Fool, yeah? But your partner's in the Ten of Wands. I'm wondering if you're going to start to feel rejected, and it's putting you into the Emperor, okay? Now, the Emperor is my least favourite relational card. Okay, that's only my personal opinion, because the Emperor's job is about going out into the world, manifesting, building. He does a great job at that. Relational, very, very shut down, and he's turning his back, okay? But don't fall into blame here, Cancer, because I think it's because of this. I think you're trying to be open and carefree, turn up, relate in the present moment, but because of this Ten of Wands, it's almost like you might be feeling like you're being rejected because your partner is exhausted, okay? So, look, they're absolutely exhausted from this Ten of Wands. If it's not psychological, it's just work. They're working really hard, they're exhausted, then they go into this retreat, sleep. But they're going into it because they're exhausted, okay? It's not a punishment. The Four of Swords is a card about needing to heal. Maybe your partner's been through some big ordeal, or the relationship has, and there's a bit of healing needing. The Four of Swords is one of these cards where retreat is required and a little bit of separation here is required, Cancer, okay? Because you're going into the Emperor, you're turning your back, shutting down a little bit. No one's to beat themselves up here. I can see why. Because remember, relationships, it's like a dance, isn't it? One person responds, the other person reacts, until you become something like the King of Cups, and then you keep your throne no matter what's going on. There's a healing needs to happen here. Let's see what you got. Joy, celebration, just in time for the holidays. Now these people fly because they've dropped what was holding them back, Cancer, okay? This is what you and your partner are going to together. This is great. This is what needs to happen. Because I don't think your partner's in the easiest place. And I think that's what's putting you into the Emperor, okay? We're all human. We can't, if someone's not engaging with us, it's automatically that we retreat a little bit, but no blame on anyone. But this is dancing, joy, celebrating, and then the healing. This is what needs to happen. There needs to be a straightforward conversation, very earthy, very practical, or whatever this 10 is, these burdens can be laid down. If they're not psychological and they might be practical. So it's how can we work together so our relationship moves in a better way, okay? The Six of Discs is that straightforward conversation, no beating around the bush, no crap, just what's going on between us and what can we do to move to a new chapter. Because you end with the World, which is the new chapter. Okay, this is the ending. It's the last major, which means you've integrated together the lessons that you've gone through. You've tried to work through your differences. You've had that honest conversation, and the air is clear. Now, basically, Cancer, this sounds like a cliche, but this card, when it shows up, tends to mean two people that mean the world to each other. And none of you want it to end. I think you're trying to be the Fool, live in the present moment, which is where our heart lives and where our feelings live. But there's too many burdens your partner's carrying. They're just not on the same page as you. A retreat and a separation needs to happen. And then the joy happens. And then that conversation, that straightforward, what can we do to help each other? That's what's going to get you to the World. And the overriding energy is the Fool again. So after you incorporate all the lessons, the world's your oyster, the Fool is the breath of fresh air. It's that we've got a new beginning, we've got a new start. It's the blank canvas, okay? And there's nothing being carried here. Look, the Fool he carries this little bit here. I don't, rather than this, okay? So the two of you together are going to put down what is holding you back, which is always the past resentments that have not been cleared. That's what the Ten of Wands can mean. I think the issue here, Cancer, is you're entering December in that stage, but your partner's not. So you might get thrown back on yourself a little bit. Use the time to do something else. Don't take it personally, because it's going to resolve itself towards, well, that's where you're heading towards. Okay, resolution, completion, new beginnings, and the two of yous dropping what was what you were carrying. Absolutely beautiful reading, Cancer. I'm feeling for your partner. Okay? They're exhausted, they need some rest. And I feel for you because that's not an easy energy to meet, and I think that's why you're going to cut yourself off a little bit. Okay? It's only going to be temporary. All right, Cancer? You can get me directly. My email's in the About section. Loads of love. Bye.